And the din again of birkat ha'ilonot, מותר לברך ברכת האילנות בשבת וביום טוב, ואין לחוש ולגזור פן ישכח ויתלוש מפרחי האילנות בשבת. The halacha is that a person is allowed to make this beracha birkat ha'ilonot even on Shabbat and Yom Tov, and we're not afraid that you might come to take a leaf off, you might pick off something off the tree, as again, there's no hashash for this. When he brings down, of course, it's always best to try to do it during the week. However, in the case where you're afraid during the week, you're going to be busy, you're going to have work to do, you're going to be preparing or whatever it is, and you're not going to end up doing the beracha, at least it's better to do it on Yom Tov and Shabbat rather than not do it at all. So therefore, in a case where, let's say, a whole tzibur didn't do it, and they want to go, let's say, on Yom Tov, Olam Mu'ed, Matov Mana'im, they can go together, and they can actually make this beracha, and it's not a problem. And it brings down the din of Hadas b'mchubar lehariyach bo. Let's say a person wants to smell flowers that are attached to the ground. Now, if they're detached, they're on your table, there's no problem. You're allowed to bend over, you're allowed to touch them, you're allowed to move them, and you're allowed to smell them. It's not a problem, no isur. However, if they're attached to the ground, there's a nafkamina between hadas and etrog. Hadas, the Gemara says, you're allowed to smell it. Even though you're coming close and you're smelling the mutar, and it's attached to the ground. Etrog, the person is not allowed to smell. And the Rashi brings down over there, he says, the reason is, by etrog, we're afraid you might pick it off to eat it. However, by hadas, it's not edible. Hadas is only for smelling purposes, so therefore, you're allowed to go and smell it. There's a machloket ben aposkim, whether or not you're allowed to actually touch the hadas, or you're allowed to just get close and smell it from far, but you can't actually touch it. That's a machloket. Some hold you're allowed, some hold you're not allowed. Again, all this whole machloket, whether or not you're allowed to make a beracha and smell a fruit or a grass or whatever it is that has a good smell, is only, again, where we're afraid there's a hashash, you might end up ripping it off, you might end up cutting it off. However, when a guy is making birkat ha'ilonot, there's no hashash, the person is not touching, you don't have to touch the leaves, you don't have to touch the tree, and therefore, in such a case, and hashash bezeh, and you're allowed to make this beracha on Shabbat, again, if you're not going to be able to make it during the week at all.